Good morning, everybody. Actually, hang on a second. Just as about ready to start, I've got a phone call. So I'll be back in just a moment. Hang out and enjoy the scenery. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry about that. It never fails whenever I'm about ready to start. Yeah, you see switches. I actually got an important phone call just literally that was supposed to come yesterday. Anyway, doesn't matter. Call taken care of. I should have no interruptions. And yes, Beer, these are switches. Let's talk about the switches. I know you're a little confused. No, no, I'm not going to pick on you that much this morning. How you doing? Kung Ooh, sorry, frog in the throat. Kung Fu Beer and Captain Ron, how we doing? All right, let's get to work. So we're working the B758 local, which actually works South Schenectady Yard here on the Mohawk and Selkirk servers. And it also works West Albany, but don't. I do have cars over there. I don't know if I have room for them because we'll see what happens after I move these cars. And actually, it's quite a run out there, and so I'm not gonna do it. Not much, buddy. How you doing? Let's have some fun. Let's get these moved. I gotta go ahead and get the. This is let me show you. I got an aerial view. I had it at the beginning, but what we have is Schenectady Steel right here that we're going to pick those cars up from. Now, I did make a mistake. We've got some cars here marked for the Q091. Those actually don't belong here on the south side track because they're part of this down here, RailX facility, and they actually go. This is a dedicated train that's what this power down here is for. So they come into MoSel south of Selkirk or east of Selkirk, and then they leave that way. And that's all they do. They come in here, drop the cars. This power right down here actually will work this facility, and when it's ready, then they leave. So, but what we're waiting for, and the power's up here now, is the B767. So once all these cars are moved, then we're going to take the ones that we've picked up from the other locals, the B760, the B7, I'm still getting used to the numbers, 738 I think is what it is. What's all the green? These are called trees. This is what happens when you leave the sprinklers on. Oh yeah, we don't want to talk about sprinklers, do we? So it's a very pretty map. I like it, and yes, I know it's a little bit different. Now normally I'm sitting here thinking, that's why I was looking at the switches, because I've got it. Well, I'm just going to show you. Let's get in here and run this power up there. I've got some cars, and then normally the Y would be open, but the 767 is waiting in there for us to finish our work so that we can get that hooked up and head on down. And we're going to leave. When we leave, these box cars are going to sit here for the Q91. So, no, it's actually, yeah, no, I mean, green stuff is good. You know, green stuff provides ozone. So, anyway, how's your week been, Beer? How about you, Captain Ron? How was your week? My week was fantastic. Yes, and I'm still on vacation. Oh my goodness, I'm so bored. I've been, making a few videos, but a lot of time I've just been kind of playing. Oh, somebody left some lights on. I wonder who that could have been. Updating my switches, network oh. Gotcha. No, I gotcha. And actually, yeah, I'm actually reaching out to my ISP, getting an updated router and moving the router, because honestly, it's not bad, but it's on the other side of the house, and I've been doing everything via Wi-Fi. And we got a tenant that came in, and yeah, he's like, your voice sounds so familiar. I don't know where I've seen you before. Well, yeah, now he's figured it out, and he doesn't stream, but he wants to get into streaming, so. And he's been asking me all kinds of questions, but he does game, and I've been noticing some lag. Not in this game, or not in this is not a game, this is a simulator. Not here, but in, like, when I play Lord of the Rings Online. So, alright, so here's a challenge. Well, normally we would pull up and go down the Y, but the 767 is sitting on the Y. So we're going to have to go past this switch, and then we'll make sure everything's all lined up, and we'll pull these. We got some cars we got to pull out. Get on the ground, let this guy go by. Now the 767, and well, this is, like I said, this is on the server, and so I think I got almost all the work orders done and made on the MoSel server Discord channel. So at least for Selkirk, there's a good amount of work that needs to be done. Run8's the best, man. I heard rumors that there were other train simulators out there, but I don't know if that's true or not. You know how rumors are. But there is a lot of work that needs to be done, because I have a feeling that once I get the 767 down into the receiving yard, and I definitely want to test that because I did make some changes to the um, train routing file, so the 767 should be able to route into the Selkirk yard. Whether that's how they really do it, I don't know. Thomas the Tank Engine. See now, Thomas the Tank Engine. That would be, you know, I remember my son wasn't even born yet, and Thomas the Tank Train actually came to our town, and we didn't tell her. And she used to, and when she was little, this is what gets me is that when she was little, she used to love watching that cartoon, and uh, so I don't know why she doesn't like train simulators. I mean, I don't get it. She likes everything else, like Lord of the Rings Online. In fact, she's a fanatic. I created a monster with that one. But I remember we just took her to went by the little train. Basically, it was a transflow facility, and he came in and they were doing rides and stuff. And of course, it was a fake locomotive that was being pushed around by another one. We know that, but she thought it was the coolest thing, and yeah, that's that thing. But Dovetail Lames, I never heard of that company. Never heard of them. I have no idea. Hmm. Can't really do that because they're in the way. I don't think I have the room to put those cars on the end of... How far back does this go? I might actually stick these cars on the end of this one if I can, as long as I don't block the switch. But I think I got enough. If I do, I might be able to push these up. It's only 4 cars. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I was thinking these are sitting over here. No. How much is it on sale for? Here, and this is the only reason why. I would probably do, and this, as you guys, I mean, I know we've talked about it, but most people aren't aware that on my recording stuff, I don't edit. It's me as it is, just like be live. It's just I want you guys to have the real me, not an edited version of me. Those people that edit their videos, I mean, what are they trying to hide? I'm just saying, what are they trying to hide? Nah, I'm picking on you, Beer. But I would do. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Captain. So, but I would probably edit and do a comparison between the two. And I would also buy it if it's cheap enough. I would buy it just to see if I'm wrong. $7.99 on Steam. I'm gonna buy it. You know what? I will do it just to see. I would do it just to see. I mean, I did it with. That's why I bought Trains 2022. Now that one, I mean, that one's very, very powerful. But if you like model railroad simulators, and the ability to actually create your own route, but it'd be honestly, it's making a model railroad, and you can even make it look like it's on bench work. I don't have the patience for that. 651 on instant gaming. See, when it gets down that cheap, I have to ask what's coming. I need to be able to get past this switch here, so we're going to come up. I'm going to watch this, and I better flip that one. There we go. I'm going to bring it all the way up just to see. I want to see if I can get it in there. Well, I mean, compared to this, I can see why it flopped. Whoa, you better stop, bro. I don't want to look. I got to look. Oh, I'm good. I had to slam on the brakes, though. But, oh, that's the why. Okay. So I had all kinds of room. I do have trouble trying to judge distances in here. I can't wait for the next section of Pittsburgh, Maine. I rail found most of Pittsburgh, Maine, from Harrisburg to Cassandra P. Is there another section coming? I think from what was being said in the enhancement Discord channel, there's supposed to be a couple more sections coming to the southeast. So, but you know what? Until it actually happens, I don't get excited by it. And I still have 2 car packs. I got the newest Amtrak car pack that I haven't bought. And I've got 1 caboose pack that I haven't bought. And I haven't done anything passenger related, so I'm not in a hurry to get that one. And since I think I already have the one caboose that I would use as a shoving platform. So I already have that one, so I don't need any others. So I'm not in a hurry to get those 2. Other than that, I have every DLC except for those 2. But see, okay, so U.S. region, L.A. to Lancaster. So I had the question I have then. Is this going uphill? This looks downhill to me, but it says it's going uphill. Is it just the road route? That's okay. So this is the thing. It's like, that's why I want to see if it's wrong. Will it allow me to do the road route and then set cars out in industries? I already know the answer to that. What's up, Chris? Where you been hiding? Or have you started your move yet? I thought maybe Mama like killed you and buried you somewhere. Here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, kind of, sort of. All right. So what I'm gonna do, since I had to restart the server, I'm just gonna hit the F7 cheat here. Let's take a look and see how much room I have. Can I get by? See, we're gonna do the right thing. I could have just done this, but that doesn't look good. I need to push just a little bit. Not too bad. I got the room. All right, handbrakes off. So are you insinuating that you don't use shoving platforms? Truth is, I never do either. I have it. But as you all know, I don't exactly play 100% prototypical. And oh, I don't remember the name, but thank you to the individual who left a comment on my in my YouTube channel about routing. Yes, I know I could have gotten out of the cab and you know click. See, I got some red right there. It must be getting too close to that switch. Oh crap! This just caught my attention right here. Selkirk is full. Okay then. Well, I got work to do. After 15 plus years in I think you meant to say arthritis. Wait, what? Wow. We need to talk. I thought you said that you're trying to get a job down in Texas. You went down there for an interview. But you don't need to answer that. I don't want to bring that in. Really, we shouldn't really bring that on the stream. But anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah, before I can even bring the 767 down to Selkirk, I need to clear the tracks down here. Like I said, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and before I can even clear the receiving track yard, I need to clear the hump. So lots of work to do. Okay, well let's do that. This is bugging me because I know I'm not. I'll show you what I'm looking at. This right here. You didn't have to put them in, but I get it. I mean, it's all right. It's cool. Well, I mean, I've got arthritis in my lower back, but that's my job, man. I keep walking. You got to keep moving. And this and no more RCOs for you. What's up, Quincy? How you doing? I think it's you know what you should have went for your ticket, and that way you just sit in the right hand seat and not have to do anything. Wow. You know what? Oh, I see. No, I see. Okay. Whoops. No, no, no. I want this one right in the car. So I'm looking at it from this perspective, and I'm like, I'm not encroaching on this track. I'm not. Why is that red? Why is this red? But now I see. I saw it from this perspective. Look what's right here. So this car is past this. All right, well, that might be causing some issues. So anyway, let's get back to our work. South side pretty full. Yes, it is. South side is ready to go. Although I'm going to pull this string back because I've got those the Q91s that actually really need to go. I'm going to put them down here. I was still learning the route and the tagging system. And okay, so the story of MoSel is when I initially decided I was going to make this my server, I redid all the industries, all the tags, and brought all the train symbols up to modern day CSX tags. Well, things happened. The unit I was going to use for the server, I went to go run it, and I came back, and there was like smoke coming out of the back end of it. Well, it was an older PC that was like um, hanging out in my storage, and I think it had gotten wet. So yeah, it didn't do very well. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna need that switch flipped, and make sure. Yes, I did close it, but I need to push back. So yeah, so it took a while, but then I bought my daughter's old PC. She finally upgraded. What's up, Rusty? How you doing? Selkirk's 20 miles from you? Okay, that's just like that's like maybe a what? Well, I don't know what's that, like an hour and a half away? No, I'm kidding. But there's a lot of work down here. Your commuting distance. But anyway, as I said, as I set this up, and then somebody gave me a link to the Depot Plus operations guide, and 204 pages later, after I read through it, it's like the light bulb came on, and I just went, oh. And so now this is just about learning the route. Okay, so you're about 45 minutes, well, about a 30-minute drive to Selkirk, 45 minutes to South Schenectady. So you got plenty of ways to get here and help out. Okay, gotcha. All right, Beer, give him a checkout ride. Yeah, I do want to go that way. So, but there's things about this. I'm probably, if anybody who's like familiar with this route, if I'm doing things wrong, oh well. What's one of the things I always say? This is my virtual model railroad. I'll do things the way I want to. And that's the beauty of Run8. It is your virtual model railroad. You run it the way you want to run it. What route questions I can help? I'm sure you can. Now, I got to ask, okay, they're close to you. Do you work for CSX? Or are you just a huge CSX fan? Which is okay, too. Don't get me wrong. Because I can always, I got Quincy, though, too. Quincy works for CSX. Or, yeah, so yes, he used to work for UP for a while, and he worked out here in this area where I live. You were qualified from Selkirk to, oh, nice. Okay, so former CSX. Awesome. I will reach out to you as I have questions about the route. I will reach out to you. But I'm liking the route. I'm liking I don't know, it just, all the little different, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, right now it's just fun. Oh, which one? Maybe I'm listening to you. Which one do you? Because lately I've been listening to the on Broadcastify. I've been listening to, what is it? Well, this route here, it's South Schenectady to Amsterdam, is what I've been listening to. Maybe that's your feed. think it's Broadcastify. It's an app that I have on my iPad. I mean, I don't know if it's good or bad, but yeah, at nights if I can't sleep, that's what I listen to. But it's been quiet. I'm noticing they're all getting kind of quiet. Oh, that's the other guy. That's the one. That's the one I listen to. Syracuse to Amsterdam. Blue and yellow. Come on. Oops, I don't want forward. You need to get another antenna. Quincy. Oh my God. How do you really feel, Quincy? Oh my goodness. I mean, it could be worse, Quincy. He could be working for CCTC. Oh wait, I thought he did. Nothing beats blue with foliage. You know what? Not it's. I think that's one thing I like it too, is because there is trees here. Even it kind of like Beer was kind of confused, but NS will take him. Well, I mean, if there's ever any time you need to wash a train, just drive it into a river. All right, let's open this one up. Let's go to the back of the train. Let's make sure this one's closed. Walk the train here. I'm looking at the angle cocks, making sure we got a connection. Angle cocks are open. Make sure there's no homeless people camped out, because this would make for a really good house. I only say that because I listen sometimes to Union Pacific. I've talked about it, that Roseville, the Roseville map is near and dear to my heart, because as a kid I used to go over that, and I travel over, even to this day I travel over that route to go see my daughter, and I listen to that feed, and always yeah, we've had to go into emergency to stop from running over somebody who built a camp on the tracks. My response to that is, all you're doing is culling the herd. You made it. You know what? Quincy might be right. All right, let's go ahead. I need to push back into here. So I'm going to run down to make sure everything is lined up. I have more than enough room here. I just want to check my switches because I always forget to check these. See, Texas is also BNSF territory. Uncle Pete. Gotta go. I gotta head out to do yard work before the sun kicks. So yeah, it's. I mean, you see that beer that get your work outside work done because by the second we got another heat wave coming. What do I do? I'm just gonna stand down here. I can't talk and run a train at the same time. That's always been an issue of mine. What makes it fun? So have fun doing your yard work. Actually, now that you said that, I just felt it. I got the whole house fan running, so I can feel the air coming in through the window, and all of a sudden it's starting to get warm. Well, the thing with you, Quincy, is if you retire, you got nobody to punch in the face. Too soon? Yeah, the Q091 I need to pull, those cars I need to pull off. Actually, which train? The Q091? Chris, I got a joke, but I mean, I know I flag my streams not for kids, but I'm not going to go there. Oh, God, I so want to though. I'll when I talk to you in Discord, I'll drop the joke. There's so much about railroading that's like it seems like it's just changing, and stuff like this. Although I would be interested to see what's going to happen out here. Was it the Mojave Yard? And I'm wondering if that's why they kind of picked this era. Let's see, safety for me and family. Yeah, well. So, okay, so that means if you're going to retire, you're going to have all kinds of time to be working on the server here, you know, helping out. I'm just saying, just saying. You were for a little bit and then you gave up, but it's a different territory, so. Oh, I need to get on the ground. I just saw some things while I was slowly starting to back up. How about we do this? Yeah, I gotta turn the lights off when I leave. A part-time job turning into what? Being with your family? Or I know you've been. That's right, because yeah, you started doing something. Yeah, I remember that now. I think 2002. I was thinking more like 1995 to 2005 was more the area that I was giving it. Uh, But I started to say, like, in Mojave, I was reading an article that they're supposed to be building, and if you guys have ever, if you're familiar at all with the route coming out of the Mojave Yard in the simulator, as you head out toward Trona, there are two industries as soon as you leave the main line. If you get past that second industry, there's from that second industry all the way out to the first highway is supposed to be an inland port that was supposed to open up this year. And so it was going to take pressure off of Long Beach, and so basically containers were going to come off the ship, go on to a shuttle train, and get shuttled out to this inland port. The inland port was supposed to be Amazon, Target, and Walmart primarily. All right, and do I want to sit on top of that switch? I mean, for the purposes of what I'm doing, possibly. I'm also looking at these two tracks over here. Trying to decide if I want to make that run out to West Albany, because I've got cars sitting out there. I think what I'm going to do is I've got a, I'm not done yet. Drop the 3 and clear, give them a stretch. SB was in my backyard. I cried when I heard they were no longer. Well, yes, I agree, Quincy. That one made me cry too. I tell the story. I mean, I grew up watching. I mean, there was a lot of big historic railroad in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it was, for me, it was all SP. And as a kid, where we lived, I was watching the SP units go through, you know, come down the track and go into the tunnel as they headed down through down to San Rafael, eventually making their way down, all the way down to Sausalito, which is by the North Anchorage to the Golden Gate Bridge. And whatever they worked, I mean, that's all I knew is, I mean, that's it, honestly, that they went through the tunnel, and which they had to go down through, like I said, through San Rafael, but after that, I don't know. But man, I would hear them coming, and I would actually sometimes run down and stand alongside the tracks as they would go by. And the guys were so friendly; they would wave at the kids and everything. So, and then all of a sudden one day they just stopped coming, and I didn't get it, you know. And my godfather, who worked for Southern Pacific, said, "Yeah, that SP actually abandoned that line," you know. And I'm like, "What? No, they can't do that." So, but yeah, that was cool, because he's the one that actually got me as a child to ride in the cab of the locomotive from Emeryville to Sacramento, and then they did a crew change in Sacramento, and this is on Amtrak, and they did a crew change, and I just remember they got the guys that, well, one guy in particular that came in, we don't no kids in the cab with us, get them out of here, you know. I'm like, you know, the guys that I did ride with it, no, he was cool. He actually was asking all kinds of good questions and everything, and he wasn't getting in the way. You know, he's a good kid. No, I just don't want no kid in here. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I had to go back and sit with my grandma and my mom. Yeah, thrills. So, but it was good. But when they went under, when SP went under, that was, yeah. They really didn't go under. They just got absorbed into, I guess, when you look at the history of it, they were Union Pacific in name only. I mean, no, they were Southern Pacific in name only. They actually belonged to Union Pacific. Union Pacific was kind of keeping them afloat. And that's one reason why I like Union Pacific. They actually they do honor their roots, all the different routes that they've picked up. Unlike BNSF. I mean, Warren Buffett, it's just about the money with him. That's all it is. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Appreciate having you here. All right, so South Schenectady Yard's done. We're ready. Trying to decide, flipping a coin. I should, while I'm thinking about it, I should actually go and grab. Actually, I just noticed something. I just realized there's nothing going on. Where's all the other trains? Hey, I'm not even awake yet. I was actually going to do this live stream a little bit earlier. What's up, Hank? How you doing? Hey, don't jinx me. How you doing, buddy? So, I don't know if you saw my message in Discord, Hank, but yeah, just send me what you got, and I'll throw it on, and that way I can test out. I went and looked at the industries, and I just realized I got to change the hours. Because right now, if I bring a train in from Hank, so he has a Pittsburgh server going, and what we set up is a way for us to exchange trains. So I had it set up, then I had to redo it when this server went live. So all the industries over here are changed. So he'll be getting the 15M, I believe, and then he's going to send me one. We have it tagged. I'm not gonna change. Don't worry about changing that tag. We'll keep it the way it is, but it's going to be the MO52. And then I set up a siding in where did I set it up at? St. Johnsonville. I used part of that siding to actually drop that train in there, and I needed to sit. Right now, it's supposed to sit there for 24 hours. I don't want it to. It needs to sit there for like an hour, and then we'll bring it in. It'll convert the cars, and that's why I just want to make sure I have it right. So yeah, if you can send me whatever you got, Hank, I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. Let's go down to West Albany and see what's down there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Alright. Let's go ahead and tie these down. And then, actually, I'm going to, I think that's my lead one. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and relinquish that one. No, I don't want to relinquish it yet. Turn the headlights off. Now I'll relinquish it. I'll come over here. Grab that one. Oh, they already turned off because my switch on my rail driver was set to off. All right. Next thing, let's go fly. And I'm not going to do that one today. Come down here, and we're going to go down this track here. So you guys get an idea of how long the run is. Now there is an industry back here. All right, that's got some cars on it, and they're ready to go. So that basically does a little run. Those pair of locomotives I was just using. The 758 will come all the way down here. It won't work that industry. What it does, it will bring its cut of cars for West Albany all the way down. And to here. And, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, I moved that out of the way, and I just set it right there. Well, I guess I know what I'm working next. All right, I'll have to change the title. The B767, and we got the B753. Oh, 763. So these cars are ready to go. These cars are ready. All these cars are ready to go. And then I have Golf. I don't think. Yeah, RIS. Look, Chris, a shoving platform. All right. So then we gotta go work those cars. So we got some work to do down here. So this is what we're gonna do for the rest of the stream. We are gonna go ahead and work the B763. Where's my pen? Jot a note down, or I'm not going to. That I finished. Yeah, it's making a note. Actually using pen and paper. What a concept. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get these fired up. Oop, thought I relinquished. Or did I click on these and... Alright. Seeing all these cars will end up going back to South Schenectady, and that's why I was looking at those other two tracks, because I was thinking I had a lot of cars down here, and I don't know if I've got the room for them. Oh, where do I want to start? Probably get this out of my way first. I don't think I have anything here for TWA. No. All right, let me get my map up. Always have your map ready. That's not what I want. Page 5. Selkirk map, page 5. Here we go. And that's TWA. I'm in the TWA right now, but I don't have anything there. So let's see. What if I just take... Where is that one? Oh. Interesting. Yeah. I think my first order of business is I'm going to be pulling that out and sticking it down this track here, or this track, just to get it to where, because it's not in a good spot. We're not hooked up. Nope. All right. We're gonna go this way, and we're gonna run over that way. Perfect. And then we want to flip that one. All right. Headlights on. Neutral, brakes off. Brake, handbrakes off. So it will be a change to my title. But eventually, yeah, I'm going to have to get all these cars out there and build the south side. I got to get the Q091s out over off that little strip. Add a couple more cars to the south side track, and then everything else will be in the yard. And then, yeah, I'm ready to send the B767, but I can't do that until I get the receiving yard emptied. So I have a feeling that's probably what I'm going to be doing this week. I admit it, I really haven't done a lot. I need to look too. Am I using the right locomotives for this? I dropped some SD45s, as you can see right there. I don't think that's what I'm supposed to be using. I'll go back and look at the operations guide, because it actually says what locomotives they have. All right, go back here. Turn the bell off. You know, it just dawned on me too. I think one of the reasons I'm kind of partial to the CSX and stuff is because it's also my school colors, blue and gold. Which is really weird because I hate my high school. I hated it. Even to this day, I mean, I have, well, I've got 2 teachers that I think very fondly of, and one that honestly, I hope he's, well, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but he was just not a very good teacher. He was, he was. Alright, let's get back on the ground. I'm going to do the same thing because I had to restart the server, and every time you restart the server, I said it before, it breaks all the couplers and all that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and F7 cheat. There we go. Quality of life sometimes is better. Alright, I believe. Let's fly. Yeah, I think we're going to go this way, just in case I have to go that far. We're going to go down this side here. And I believe that's more than enough room. All right. So the first set of cars that I have, I'm looking at the map. Should really put a page up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. But anyway, it's down the main line. And I need to, I'll pull down and then push back. And I need the runaround track, which I'm kind of blocking. So, here's the runaround track right here to do the work that I need to do. I believe that is how that is done. Alright, so we want to go up past this switch, and then we push back. Alright, forward. Off the handbrakes. Brakes off. Give me a notch. We're slowly moving. Give me 2. I had to go 3 notches. Wow. Oh, almost time for my second cup of coffee. Alright, so we have ISF, that would be Interstate Foods. That's the one that's all the way down the main line a little bit. And then everything else, let's see, Golf is where? I'm looking for, oh no, I got a lot going down the other side. Golf goes down there. RIS goes down there. So Albany, Rensselaer, I guess how you pronounce it. So Rensselaer, I guess, is where most of these cars are going to. Golf, NEA, New England Aggregates, and Gulf Oil. I'm not going to push. I'm going to have to drag them all the way down. So, okay, this is going to be interesting. I think I had to just change my game plan, looking on the map where everything's going. And then the last one is RIS. Yeah, those are industries I haven't been to yet. This whole string goes that way. Okay. Well, let's go make some mistakes. Let's see. Let's see what trouble I can get into. Because this would be a question for MJ. I'm assuming I'll have to do some kind of a runaround, and then yeah, let's go back. Two notches here, see if I can keep that thing moving. Alright, I'm going to pull up to this switch, and then I think I'm going to have to just back out and then head on down the main line. If I pull out, then I'm going to have to push down the main line, which wouldn't really be so bad because I'd be pushing into everything except for Interstate Foods. But if I get down to Rensselaer, I do have some places where I can run around. So length is 1,500 feet, and there's an 1,800 foot section. So see what kind of trouble I get myself into. All right. So I'm seeing it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling by the time I'm done, South Schenectady is going to be extremely full. And it's going to be a long train leaving out of South Schenectady. And then I got to still stop in Guilderland, which is, Guilderland's been worked. So I still have to stop in Guilderland, pick up all those cars, and then head for Selkirk. But I can't do anything in Selkirk until I clean up. I got to clean up the bowl so I can clean up the receiver. I can start pushing cars over the hump to clean up the receiving yard. I got work to do. I got work to do. Come on, Chris. Get in here. Come on up. Come on up. All right, fine. Stop right there. An engineer thinks he knows better. All right, I clear. I am. Oh, I'm way clear. Okay. Now, I could have used my counter to answer that question. Like last time I did a live stream, or actually it was the last recorded stream. It was like stuff that I was just kind of forgot. But I know what I could do to override auto. But sometimes it's like, if you want to play realistic, I mean, are you going to be able to do that? Or would you rather have auto? Yeah, you can jump out and override your dispatchers, but then there's write-ups involved, conversations with your supervisor. All right, let's do that. Oh, nice. Gravity just did the work for us. Yes, it did. Alright, now we'll go back and do a little run around. Cocaine fiend. What would they do to the cocaine fiend? Huh? What's the temperature here? Okay. So we'll get this hooked up. I'm gonna have to go run. I gotta close up a window, turn off the whole house fan, turn the AC on, because it is already, it's not even 9:30 yet. I got 5 minutes, 9:30 in the morning, and it's already 80 degrees. We're on our way, almost, not quite triple digit. We hit triple digits again on Tuesday. That's crazy. But I'm not claiming global warming. I'm not claiming, you know what I'm claiming? It's summer. It's always done this ever since I was a kid. My God, I mean, stop it. These I mean, I don't want to get political, but these stupid anti-oil, I mean, what do you want to do? Go back to horse and buggy? The truth is, I think they want everybody to go back to horse and buggy so they can have the roads to themselves. I mean, who's like one of the biggest environmentalists out there is Al Gore, but yet he talks about carbon footprint, but yet he flies around everywhere in his private jet. So if he's not willing to give that up, that's a hell of a carbon footprint. You know what? Then just shut up. You're a hypocrite. In this heat, come on. Some summers it's nice and cool. Some summers it's hot. This is going to be a hot summer. So what? It's the way things work, man. No pun intended, but just chill. Shut up and leave me alone. They need to change that billboard. SD45 2 pack is now available. I think we're up to a different pack now. What was I playing? Oh, Farming Sim did that, where I had to think for a minute that as you see the different billboards, they would actually change. If you're on a server, they changed to announce whatever new DLC or whatever was coming out. And then I'm also trying to decide if I want to go to Farming Sim 2025. I do have a server, Farming Sim 2020, or whatever it is, 2022, whatever it is. I have a Farming Sim server going. I'm never on it. Never on it. But then they've got Farm Sim 2025 has been announced. So do I want to stay with that? I don't know. And then something came up that I'm considering, because you guys all know that I play Road online. You'll see it at the end of the thing. Yeah, get in my AC equip 4520. Yeah, exactly. Why not? Jeff, it's going to be 106 today in North Las Vegas, 110 on Friday. Oh my goodness. That's normal. I mean, that's the one place where when I got hit, I think it was heat stroke. It was not heat exhaustion. I think it might have been, I don't know, heat something, either heat exhaustion or heat stroke. But yeah, I was outside working, and I was standing in just one spot scanning a bunch of different stuff for inventory management, and my boss came out. And he's like, I was out there from like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He comes out and he's like, how long have you been out here? And I said, pretty much all day. I mean, I started scanning as soon as I got here. And he goes, and I was just standing in one spot, never moved. And I don't know how hot it was. I really don't care. All I know is that when I went to go move, I really couldn't because my shoes had melted to the pavement. And when I walked inside, as soon as I hit air-conditioned air, I dropped. So, and I kind of woke up to paramedics standing over me. You know, IV in, all that kind of stuff, going, yeah, you should have taken more breaks. Yeah, thank you. Didn't have to do, don't have to do that in California. I mean, yeah, it's a dry heat, but yeah, no, it's like, and I feel like crap for like 2, 3 days, man. It just like I couldn't drink enough, and the headache, oh my gosh. So yeah, but anyway, that's my. But you know what? Vegas is all right. That's where I had my big winnings. I played roulette for the first time and walked away from the table at $1,500. So I really can't complain. And that was all on that same trip. All right, let's go ahead and connect. All right, we're going to jump down to the end. We are going to close that, but we are going to attach an EOT on the end of it. And we're going to go ahead and open that up. So, and then we're going to come back down. And we're going to do the EOT thing because we're going to be pushing back onto the main line here. So, once again, you can play as prototypical with Run8 or as casual as you want. I'm somewhere in the middle. Sometimes I play super, you know, prototypical. Other times it's like, yeah, what, I'm going to cut and paste this train. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm not sure about Phoenix. But when it comes to Arizona, I know I passed through Flagstaff, and it was enough. My intention was just to drive through and just keep going because it was a bucket list thing. I decided to go on a road trip and drive part of the time on the old Route 66. So I would get off of was it I-40 onto 66, drive for where I could, and then get back on again. Which 66 in most spots is just really not even in proper repair. I get it. 40 replaced it, but still, it's you know, it's one of those iconic railroads, not railroads, highways. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? Hang on, hang on. Close that. Let's open this, and now we'll go partial. So it's coming back down. Okay. So anyway, that was on my bucket list. It was a kind of a nice thing to do, but when I hit Flagstaff, I had full tank of gas. I had climbed the hill. Good. I'm going great. I hit Flagstaff and I had to pull over and just spend some time there. I mean, I was just like, this, I could live there. Flagstaff, I could live. It absolutely caught me by surprise how beautiful that is. I want to get down to 70. 60 is full release. So 70, if I go open, I won't blow the PCS, but if I go wait till I get to hit 60, then I'll have full release on the brakes. 60, there it is. We can go full open. All right. And that's right, we're pushing. So I'm gonna go down to the end down here. So I'll just go down here and do this. Because I need to tell him he's got a light. I'm gonna listen to that generator all the way. Nice. Oh, get on the ground. I have another switch I gotta push. Flip here. At that one. That one. And then let's do here. Where am I? Oh, I'm like looking at it like, why does this look different to me? Like, I just realized I don't have any lights. Okay, so let me walk over to the server, get myself permission. It's a little irritation though. I want to find out why. Here we go. Boom. Dispatcher and consister. I'm also just give them all. All right. Okay, there we go. Now I got lights and everything. Look at that. Look, I can flip switches. How about that? All right. West Albany Yard here. So let's go ahead and flip that in there. And let's. Oh, he's like, okay, I can do that one then. Fine. Shut up, Auto. All right. Actually, you know what? I just realized something. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Let's go down here. Yep. Set that as my lead unit. Lights on. All right. Now I go back to the back end. Bail off. Or at least the brakes and all the gravity took up all the slack. I have Railroader. I mean, I was looking at that, and I was like, I need to go back on there again. And I put a bunch of DLCs back on it, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. For me, okay. When I make that statement, I'm not saying anything about the DLC. I'm just saying it's my preference. And so, just this week, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about maybe getting back into doing some Railroader streams, and I might just take all the DLCs off and just play strictly vanilla. It'd be my vanilla Railroader stream. So I wonder if I should just put since it's just me on here right now, and for some reason, I think if I look, I probably have the AI trains turned off. I think there may have been a reset on my machine, which I better go take a look and see. No, it wasn't, because I was in full screen over there. So I have it set so when Microsoft decides that they want to do an update, Run8 will automatically restart. It's the password bot that needs to be manually started. I haven't configured that yet. Oh, exactly, Jeff. No, I mean, honestly, there's some great DLCs when it comes to that, and you can get a ton of cars. That was part of it too, is that I was getting so many cars that it's like I'd have to be on it all day. The other thing I noticed too, though, about Railroader is, and consider that it's still in early access. And great, and the devs are allowing everybody to mod it. That's great. I like that. I kind of wish Run8 would have some of that. Imagine the maps that we would have, and I know this is going to start a conversation with Quincy, but just imagine the amount of maps we would have if modders, it was like Farming Sim or Railroader, and modders got a hold of the ability to create maps for Run8. I mean, the amount of different maps and DLCs that would be available would be phenomenal. And a lot of the work that the devs for Run8 are doing, that a lot of that stuff would be done for them through mods and stuff. But anyway, we can wish for it. Probably never happen, but it would be nice. But anyway, I noticed that with Railroader, with all these mods and everything that are coming out, Railroader hasn't had an update. And for a while when they first came out, they were updating at least once a month. And I've been watching, like I got mine from Steam, I think like everybody else has, and I've been keeping all my games updated. Every morning I come in, I'll fire up my system, go into Steam, make sure if there's any updates, do the updates, reboot my system, and then that way I'm good for streaming or recording. And I haven't seen any for a while. Haven't seen any updates for Railroader in a while. So, although as I say that, there's probably one. Sometimes they come out in the middle of the day too. But it's just interesting. I found it interesting. And the last thing I heard is that it doesn't have RailDriver capabilities, and that they were supposed to be adding RailDriver to Railroader, which would be cool because then I can start using my RailDriver on it. It looks amazing. It really does. I mean, Railroader's it's a game though, because there's the money aspect to it. So now you're moving cars, and you're moving cars to make money. But that, to me, that makes it a game and the physics aren't exactly spot on, not like they are in Run8. Run8, your train physics are incredibly accurate. Yeah, I mean, they're always working on some kind of an update, so there's something coming. And I know there's a lot of the mods, I think what they're doing is they're looking at seeing what mods come out, and they're like, hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's add that to the game, or let's not add that, whatever, so things like that. Now you understand that stuff happens. So it's okay. So I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a terrible game. In fact, I do recommend it. If you want another railroad game, get Railroader. If you want another railroad game, I mean, I hate to say it, but Dovetail Lane, that's a good game. But if you want a true simulator that somebody who works for Norfolk Southern actually said that the physics are so accurate that how trains act and operate over the Pittsburgh line are exactly how they operate in the real world, because that's where he works. I'm like, that statement, I'm like, wow, okay, so that's how accurate, Run8 is. That's more what I'm kind of looking for. All right. Bring this train to a stop. It's at a stop. We're going to go ahead. So he's showing he's still there. I need to back up more. Okay, fine. It's not accurate. He's off of that switch. So let's back up some. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I think I see why. Let's go past. Let's back up past this. Because all the controls are right here in the top head. That's where they reference and do. Spur Gaming said, has said that Run8 is the best realistic. Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. Yeah, no, if you want to go back, Jeff, and look at some of, I mean, I highly recommend it because he's the one that got me into Run8. I'll tell my story again. I tell it pretty much every single stream I do, but as a kid, I had a model railroad. And then, of course, college comes along, go through college, get through real life. I packed everything up and started living my life. My idea was, okay, I want to get back into model railroading. My mom, for whatever reason, whatever thought process that was in her head, decided, well, I was at her house. It wasn't where I was living. And she just made that determination, like, well, he's not doing this anymore, and I could use the space, and so she sold all my stuff off. So, yeah, that was a source of contention between the two of us for a while. So it's like, you didn't even ask me, you didn't even talk to me. I would have moved it over here, but no, you just did it without asking. Anyway, she was good for that. All you gotta say is old world German. She came from Germany, old world Germany. She just, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. So, anyway, I started looking for something as I got to a point where it's like, okay, I wanted a model railroad again. Okay, and at this point now I'm married, and well, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a German thing, but that lady, she was German too, and her whole thing was, oh, you can have a model railroad. Yeah, you can have one, you know. And then I was great. I said, hey, I want to use this area, and she goes, oh, no, you don't need to have a model railroad. You don't need to do that. You know, I'm going to use that space, and it became anything that any place where I wanted to actually build it. No, she had a plan for that. I couldn't do it. All right, I should be clear now. Yep. So let's go ahead and flip that back, and let's go ahead and tell. Actually, I'm not going to do it differently. I think I need to come down. Amtrak shops are here, so I think I need to come down into here, but I don't think, no, I can't double click on that. Can't double click on this, so I'm going to double click here. Destination block assigned. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a green border right there. So let's do it this way. I'm going to go in and go engineer view. And then I'm just going to come up here. Now I gotta fix that. I gotta make another note. I obviously don't have. Oh, that's my whole point, is a virtual railroad. I went looking for a virtual model railroad. And I said, I want something that'll scratch the itch until I actually have a physical model railroad. And I was looking at things like, you know, train sim. Actually, I had remembered that there was Microsoft's train simulator, and that's what I made. And I figured, hey, you know, if Microsoft can make an outstanding simulator for flight simulator, then I know that they're going to do the same thing. That's true too. Thank you, MJ. I can't run a train and talk at the same time. But anyway, here we go. Tone them up. Specific destination. Okay, and then I should, if I move over a little bit, I got the signal. All right, let's go. Oh, hang on. Put the window up so we can hear this. There we go. Oh my goodness. So, Jeff, I like that. 3 dozen Tyco H. Okay, so here's the story about, and this is from like my godfather. If you think of the cases that reams of paper come in, he had boxes upon boxes upon boxes of N-gauge stuff. And working for Southern Pacific, anytime there was a new car that was developed, of course during the holidays there was always something new. So whatever, you know, some new car, some new locomotive, and he just collected it all. And that's what I had. I had boxes. I had so much stuff that the little N gauge layout that I had was on a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and I couldn't fit all my cars on there. And not to mention that he had house kits, and I had some other boxes that had built, house kits, factory kits that I had made because I was also as a little kid, I loved making plastic models. So no layout, but I do have a CR issue. Oh no. Um, so anyway, that's what my mom sold, where it was all that stuff. I mean, it was a lot. And I get it. It was a lot. So she wanted the space, but it was the fact that she just didn't talk to me about it. I mean, I would have, like I said, I would have I'll fit it into my little apartment. I don't care how, but you're not getting rid of this stuff. So anyhow, I went looking. I have to admit, I mean, I went looking for something since between my mom and my ex. Yeah, she's my ex now. Yeah, the model railroad never happened again, and I went for something to scratch the itch. Run8 does it. And I looked at dovetail games. I was looking at trains as well too, and I just something about it. I just couldn't pull the trigger on buying those. So I was more like, okay, what do I do? Do I need to get over? Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, he's got me routed over. Perfect. Okay. Then I'll just have to be, once I make the crossover, then I can, because I'm looking where I'm up here. He's got me routed over, and I think I need to come down into this area here, where they have the bypass. Yeah, that would be it. So that's really where I want to be, right here. Okay. So when I make the crossover, I'll cancel my routing, and then I'll take over my own dispatching. Quiet. So let's go ahead. We are going downhill, but we're good. Track speed here is 50. I'm just going to go, since I'm monologuing, I'm just going to take my time. So anyway, yeah, it would just, I don't know, I was doing a lot of investigating on YouTube, looking for train simulators. And honestly, in all my searching for train simulators, Run8 never showed up. Never came up. And it was, I don't know what I was watching. Somebody doing this video on how to do stuff. I think it had to be trains, I think. And I was like, it's there, but it's not quite it. And then I was looking through the comments, and somebody just happened, and it was a live stream. Somebody just said, "Hey, this is a great looking simulator, but it's no Run8." And I read that, and I'm like, "What is Run8?" So I did a search for it, and a bunch of videos came up. NS Horsehead SD70. He's the man. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you really want to learn about Run8 and learn also about how to operate a train, watch his videos. He goes back to version 1 and version 2, but it all applies. I'm going down the hill. Oh no! Get off the notch here. They would use helpers going up the hill or down the hill. 1.5 vibrated, yeah. Slam on the dynamics. I'm monologuing and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Thanks for the heads up there at Trevoli Hill. How about Trouble Hill? Both ways. Okay. Yes, he is Captain Ron. He is a conductor. And that was something else. Like I said, I mean, that was who I was alluding to earlier. All right, we're slowing down. But man, this thing did take off. I can understand the helpers now. Coming out of the hill. Look at you, man, Lower Albany Bridge. Alright, that's... Oh, I don't like that. Okay. That's the first... That's our first stop right there, but you know what? Any car that's labeled none, I gotta figure out a destination for it. Go ahead and get into some braking here. That was quick. Look at you. Was built in the 1850s. One of the last gear-style bridges in... Oh, wow. See, look at that. They build them to last back then, but they do need to paint them. Look at this. This looks kind of rusted and ugly. Get somebody out here to paint this. Lincoln's train went over it. Alright, let's see. Almost perfect stop. Look at that. We got one car to pick up. That's kind of weird. Alright, well, you can't fit it all the way back there. So, well, I'll grab it anyway. Pull that out. What's the industry look like here? As far as the tags, I'm seeing... Hard to see. Orange dot right there, one right there. Okay, so I can put at least two cars in here. Here, close that, remove that. Alright. And where am I on this screen? So I'm right here. No, let's do it the right way. Let's see what he says. Granted, mainline authority. So which is a line for another train right now? Yeah, me. Okay. That's I-787 you're under. This warehouse you're pulling now no longer takes cars. It's vacant, called Albany Warehouse. Rumor has it that the walls are 2 to 3 feet thick. The city wants it torn. Of course they do. But it's all a logistic nightmare due to the interstate. Yep, no, it figures. Yeah. Because, you know, why would we want to, like, keep historic buildings? Alright, now we're going to go ahead and... Unless it's something like, I don't know, out here in California, I live near... If you're into the paranormal, yeah, shut up. I got this. I got this, Otto. I got this. But if it's something like out here in California, was it in the paranormal stuff? And yes, I do like demonologists, things like that. The game, not in real life. Um, yeah, it would. Yeah, there's. I mean, unless it's a haunted building. Um, Parts of the building have fallen on the Amtrak line, so now that they're pulling that in, there's a huge. Wow. See, now I look at like in Roseville, like old brick buildings like that. Not Roseville, Sacramento, where the Central Pacific actually started building. Went over the Sacramento River and then went up into the Sierras for the Transcontinental Railroad. Some of the original buildings are made out of brick. Sacramento actually put up a bunch of braces all around the building, inside and out. So this is to keep it from falling, because the engine house it's a historic landmark. So I mean that, and it's also where the last stop for the Pony Express. So they're trying to keep all that stuff. And it's funny is like some people look at it, that's an eyesore. They need to get rid of it. No, it's history. Yeah, I've had that conversation. Anyway, going back to the virtual model railroad stuff. Um, so I started watching NS Horsehead's videos. Like I said, it was all version 1, version 2. I didn't know it at that time, and I listened to him, and he would talk about the routes, how to operate the trains. He made like how-to videos for the Depot Plus server on how to do things over there fairly realistically. Wealth of knowledge. Doesn't stream as much anymore. I think his last stream was the Pittsburgh line. And I actually, he got on there. It was kind of nice to watch him when he did that one live. And I said, man, you need to keep streaming, man, because you're a huge wealth of knowledge. All right, come to a stop. There we go. And it's all bled. Just to do it anyway. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, come off of that. Yep, and we're gonna pull forward now. Gotcha. So I-78 was built on the old main line. No, that's all right, man. I mentioned earlier in the stream that, oh, I didn't realize what time it was. That's almost about 5 minutes left, and I'll bring this to a close. Yeah, that was in high school. That was, I mentioned that I had two teachers I think very fondly of. One of them is Mr. Bedford, because he gave me an absolute. I hated history until I had to take his history class, and yeah, he gave me a love of history to the point that it's like I go places. My kids think I'm like weird because I do this, but I'm like, I wonder what happened here in history. You know, what happened in this spot that is critical for history. Whoa, you're taking off really quick, bro. Slam on some brakes there. All right, we're going to shove this car back. But yeah, and that's the thing is like with Run 8 being so configurable. I think I mentioned it earlier that like the B767 was not routed um, into the Selkirk Yard. Okay, as far as the simulator is concerned, whether actually went into the receiving yard or not, I couldn't tell you if it does in real life. MJ probably could. But as far as the simulator is concerned, it wasn't routing, and I wanted to go in there because I would take the cars and push it over. Um, and the fact that I can get into the file and actually set it up so the B767 that it could actually go into the I can route things in there, like even DeWitt. It's limited on some of the stuff. I wish they would make it like every single um, or maybe just I could or at least allow us to designate which signal ahead we need, because I could route a train off the main line to go into the DeWitt yard, but then I have to make sure that I have the next switch, which is a CTC switch, but I can't route that one. So I have to make sure that that one's lined into the DeWitt yard, and I can then you just set the manual switches, and then that way I can route into DeWitt and right into one of the receiving tracks and have it come to a stop. So, and that is, using air quotes. That's what I consider to be in terms of virtual model railroad. That's scenery, routing, setting up industries. I talked about it earlier in the stream. I set up a sighting to be where when Hank sends me the files from his server for a train that is destined for here on the Mohawk and Selkirk subdivisions, he can send me the train, and then I can drop it and park it on that sighting. I set up an industry there, so it'll take an empty car, keep it empty, but change the tag to an industry on this server that needs an empty car because it produces loads. And then I just had I wanted to sit there for an hour, and then after that it would go down into Selkirk and then go get classified, and we move on from there. And then I had then part of the scenery. I went to each individual industry and I added the tag, 15M for Hank's server. So I'll get a bunch of cars that are going to be tagged either 15ML or 15ME for empty or loaded, and I'll gather all those cars together. When I get a train long enough, then I'll just take that file and send it to Hank and delete the train, and that's how we exchange trains between the two servers to simulate an interchange between the two. I think it would be awesome if there was a way to do that. So, and not make it more automated. I'm working on that part. All right, let's go ahead and pull forward. Just a little. Coming off all brakes. We're going to kick it a little bit. We're going downhill, so we're going to see if I can put gravity to work for us. And with that, we are at the 2-hour mark. Boy, that came quick, guys. Well, 2 hours. I don't know why people say that. It just feels quick. So, of course, I got to do my obligatory. If you like the content that I provide, please go ahead and hit subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification so you know when I go live and when my recorded videos do come out. I'm on vacation, so rather extended vacation. Like, I got about another month. So I've been on vacation for a month, so I've been doing some videos. I do obviously Run8. Railroaders planning is back in the mix. Like I said, I talked about that. As far as like MMOs go, I do Lord of the Rings Online as well too. And then usually every Monday my daughter has off, unless she got, like this last Monday she got called in. But usually on Mondays we'll stream something with her. And a lot of times we do like little paranormal games. The one we're doing right now is we're working through the map for a game called Demonologist. So if you like things with jump scares, that's one to watch. That's actually a fun little game. So, and we got room for 2 more that might want to come play. So we'll see how that works out. All right. So, but anyway, other than that, wow. You gotta drive a wedding. Hang on, I got this. I don't like this. Oh, till midnight. Okay. MJ, have fun with that. Hopefully they take care of you on that. So I've been in that position, and I always took care of the driver, not just monetarily, but it's like, man, come on, hey, you can come join the party. I don't want to see you drinking unless you're drinking water or soda, but no alcohol, of course. But yeah, hey, and help yourself to food, help yourself to whatever. I appreciate you driving. So, but anyway, MJ, thanks for hanging out. Of course, Hank, thanks for popping in. Quincy, Beer, all you guys. Chris, thanks for hanging out, coming in. My name is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys next week.